They say shoemaking is for men. It's not for women. No woman has ever made shoe. This place is too much, so you have to reduce it. And these ones too, they are too much. My name is Alabebe Jesutofunmi. I finished from Animal Science from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Ogun State. How I got into shoemaking, mine is a natural thing because it is something I've always loved as a child. It's not just something that a situation put me into it. It's something I've always had a flair for, and I was curious of how shoes were being made. Though I used to tell my parents then that I want to become a shoemaker, though they never saw it as a big deal. But it was something that really came from my heart. And here we are today. My parents did not even have a problem with me learning a skill. The only problem they had was me learning shoemaking. They said shoemaking is for men. It's not for women. No woman has ever made shoe. I don't know, even I myself that was saying I wanted to learn shoemaking, I've never seen any woman learn shoes. That's the funny thing. But I told them that no, it is shoemaking or nothing. Though at some point, when they were not answering me, they told me to continue with my father's business, which is printing. I learned for a while, but honestly, I was not getting one thing. I could not even print a nylon. For you to know how bad and how my mind was not there at all. So when my partner now paid for my training and they saw how serious everything was, I was making slippers already. They had no option. Now, even my father tells me that he's going to, when I'm advertising on radio, the jingle is going to use for me is Joddu shoemaker, Joddu, and he's always dancing to it. Even my father does not call me my name, he calls me Joddu shoemaker. Now they are fully in support of it. Even when I started, they bought me every basic things that I needed for establishments. And thanks to them, I understand how they feel. It is an African thing. I learned shoemaking from 4 different places, that is from 4 different bosses. So it's not just from one place or just few months. No, I've been into it since 2018. I learned the first place I learned from was in Shokori in 2018. I learned slippers, and after a few months of doing that, I said I was not satisfied with this. I went ahead. I went to learn slippers making again, in which I learned much more about the materials and every other thing involved. So later on, I said I still need to know how to make shoe, because that shoe go. Kamina is my role model. They make shoes, so that shoe is my main passion. So I said, okay, let me go ahead. I went for a 1-month class on shoes. I was not satisfied with what I got again. I said, I need to learn more. And luckily for me, immediately I finished university, I saw a shoemaker online that I really loved his work, and I went for 3 months intensive master class. And after the intensive master class, I went back to home, which is Abeokuta. I trained myself for 10 months. I trained myself. I was not working for any client. I was not making shoe for any client. I kept on making my mistake, correcting myself. I learned over that period of time. And when I came online, it was looking like, where has this girl been? Shoemaking has a lot of things involved. You see, shoemaking, you are not just learning only how to make shoes. You are learning tailoring. You are learning carpentry because you are using nail. You are learning a lot of things. As you are cutting, you are drawing pattern. Even if you don't know how to draw anything, you will know how to draw pattern when it comes to shoemaking. So shoemaking has a lot of things. It involves a lot of skill. You have to put a lot of skill together to get something perfect. And shoemaking, it's a way of bringing your imaginary shoe or imagination into life. So I think that's like shoemaking for me. For now, we don't do everything, but we focus on men's shoes majorly for now. That is men's shoes, their slippers, their sandals, and other accessories like leather belts, wallets, and bags. And these leather belts, we actually make them to complement the shoe you are buying from us. So when we are making belts for you, we are making your belts from the exact material that we use to make your shoes. So aside from the main footwear and accessories that we make females own too, though we are not fully into it. But for now, we are working on a special brand. We are working on a brand or a project for female shoes, which is called Solitude. And in the next few months, we'll be launching them. During those learning periods, the challenges I faced was juggling shoemaking and learning. Man, it was not easy because I started in 200 level. I actually wanted to do veterinary medicine before, but I found myself in animal nutrition. So I was in 100 level. I already planned I was going to migrate into vets. But when I started shoemaking, I said no. This thing is not easy. But I had to be going to my training centers, coming back to school, reading During holidays, no rest, go to my shoemaking shop to learn and also making orders for people. So it was not a really easy thing, especially my 400 level when we were doing our FPY. No, it was really hard. Like I was really lean because it was not easy and I could not even get people to help me. So it was something really challenging for me all through the time I was in school. But I'm glad that I was able to endure and build myself to the level I am today. I see, number one, I see Joddu Shoemaker becoming a very big factory that produces bespoke shoes on a large scale, and not only to serve Nigerians but to serve the global markets. And aside from that, I see Joddu Shoemaker as a factory that will provide job opportunities in this our country. Not even 50, 100, 200, as much as possible. And aside from that again, Joddu Shoemaker's shoemaking academy will be fully developed and would even have apartments for students to stay, because we have a lot of international people requesting to come for learning. But because of our lack of accommodation for now, we are not able to really take that. But we see ourselves in that level in the next 5 years.